This is FreeCAD, a completely free program for technical 3D modeling. Anyone can start creating their own 3D models in this software. To begin using FreeCAD, you just need to download and install it, and then you can start making your own 3D models. Before we start, just a quick note, you'll find links to my FreeCAD mini courses in the description. It's also a great way to support the channel. Now, let's switch to FreeCAD, and I'll show you how to design this part. Working in FreeCAD involves creating a 3D solid based on 2D sketches, and we do this in the Part Design module. We can start a new project in this module by clicking the Parametric Part button. Next, to create a sketch that we'll use to form the 3D solid, we click the Create Sketch button. A window displaying the coordinate system, planes will appear. We will create the sketch on one of these planes. Let's choose the XY plane. This plane is like looking from the top. As you can see, we have now switched to the Sketcher module. FreeCAD has over a dozen different modules categorized by commands for various applications. However, we usually create 3D models in FreeCAD by first creating a 2D sketch and then using solid operations. We do this in the Sketcher and Part Design modules, which are linked and work closely together. We'll start here by creating a rectangle. Select the Centered Rectangle command. This command requires us to define the center point of the rectangle and then define one of its corners. Now we will place the center point of the rectangle at the origin of the coordinate system. Hover over this point, and once the point is highlighted and a symbol similar to an X appears next to the cursor, click the left mouse button. This means the center point of the rectangle has been constrained to the coordinate system origin. We can now create the rectangle either by specifying the position of a corner or by entering specific dimensions. Here, type 100 millimeters, press enter, then type 40 millimeters and press enter. We have now created a sketch with strictly defined position and specific dimensions. I click the right mouse button to exit the rectangle drawing command. We see the information that the sketch is fully constrained. This means we cannot freely change the sketch. The sketch has defined dimensions, and if we want to change anything, we can only do so by editing the constraints or the dimensions. To edit a dimension in the sketch, we double-click the left mouse button on the dimension we want to edit and enter the new dimension value. Next, we'll create more geometry. Choose the circle drawing tool, and we will draw a circle whose center lies at the coordinate system origin, just like with the rectangle. Hover near the origin point, click the left mouse button, and the circle's center is constrained to the origin. Then enter the circle's diameter. Type 25 millimeters here. As you can see, the cursor shows the symbol for the active command, and the circle drawing command is still active. We will create additional circles. We will create these circles so that their center points lie on the x-axis. When the x-axis is highlighted, click the left mouse button and draw a circle of any diameter. Then draw a second circle on the opposite side of the y-axis. Again, hover over the x-axis. Once the x-axis is highlighted, click the left mouse button and draw a circle of any diameter. I click the right mouse button to exit the circle drawing command. Notice that these circles are white. This means these circles are not yet fully defined. We can change both the diameter and the position of these circles. However, we can only change the position of these circles along the x-axis because we constrain the center of the circle to the x-axis. Now I want all circles to have the same diameter. Instead of dimensioning each circle, I simply select all the circles. To select geometry in the Sketcher, just click the left mouse button. Then we select the equality constraint. This ensures that all circles now have the same diameter. Now, if I go into the Center Circle's diameter editor and change the diameter, the diameters of the other circles will also be updated. Next, I will define the position of these circles. I want these circles to be placed symmetrically relative to the y-axis. Therefore, I select the centers of these circles, then select the y-axis. I just click the left mouse button and choose the symmetry constraint. Now these circles are symmetrically placed relative to the y-axis, but we still lack one dimension here. We will define the distance between the centers of these circles. To do this, we select the center points of the circles. Next, we select the dimension tool, specify the dimension's location, and enter a dimension value, for example 65 millimeters. I click the right mouse button to cancel the dimensioning command. Now we will create the 3D solid based on this sketch. I close the sketch. To create a 3D solid from a sketch, I select the pad operation. This operation creates a solid with a specified height based on the sketch. Here I enter 5 mm as the solid's height. I click the cursor next to the field to update the view, and I click OK to confirm. When it comes to creating 3D solids in FreeCAD, we can build these solids in stages. We can simply build the solid step by step. We can use simple shapes, and by combining these simple shapes, we can build an increasingly complex 3D model. Now, I would like to create the next segment of the solid that will be linked to this solid. We will do this by creating another sketch, based on which we will create the next solid segment, and we will create this sketch on the face of the solid. This is because, in addition to creating sketches on the basic coordinate system planes, we can also create sketches on the faces of the solid. The solid's face can serve as the sketch plane. To do this, we simply select the face and choose the Create Sketch command. Now this face is the solid's plane. Here I want to create geometry that will be linked to this solid. To do this, we first need to create external geometry or reference geometry from the solid. Use the Create External Geometry command. Select the geometry that should be the reference geometry. I simply clicked on these 3 lines, and now I click the right mouse button to cancel the command. Here, I will create another sketch using the polyline tool. Choose this command. We will create the shape so that the first point of the polyline is placed on this line. I hover over this line. When the line is highlighted, I click the left mouse button. Next, I place the next point at this corner. Then I place the next point approximately here, and I draw a shape that looks roughly like this. Okay, we have completed one segment of the sketch. The polyline command is still active, so I will create a second shape in a similar way. Okay, I click the right mouse button twice to cancel the polyline drawing command. Here, I managed to create it so that these lines are vertical and these lines are horizontal. However, in this specific case, it didn't quite work. We can also define whether a line is vertical or horizontal after creating the geometry. To do this, we select the geometry. In this case, I want this line to be horizontal. Therefore, I select the Constrain Horizontal command. And for this line, I select Constrain Vertical. Okay, now I will move on to defining the dimensions. And I want to dimension this line, so I select this line and choose the Dimension command. Here I enter 15 mm as the length of this line. The Dimension command is still active, so I select this line and I enter 5 mm as the length of this line. Now I click the right mouse button to cancel the command. I only have 2 dimensions here, but these 2 dimensions will be enough because we will use constraints, the relationships between geometries, to define the length of the remaining geometries. We will apply certain relationships here. For example, I want these lines to be equal. Therefore, I select these 4 lines. This line is dimensioned, but the other lines are not. I select the equality constraint. Next, I select these lines, and I also choose the equality constraint here. In this way, we have a fully constrained sketch. Now, based on this sketch, we will create the next segment of the solid. I close the sketch and select the pad operation again. Here, I enter 50 mm as the extrusion length and click OK. And we have something like this. Now I want to obtain these features on the other side of the solid. We will use the mirror command for this. We select what we want to copy. Then we choose the mirror command. And here we define the mirror plane. The vertical sketch axis is selected by default, but in this case we can also use the base YZ plane. The result will be the same. We click OK, and this is what we have created. Now I will add fillets to the edges. I select the fillet operation and indicate the edges I want to fillet. First, I select the edges that are visible in this view. Then, I rotate the view slightly. You can rotate the view by pressing the mouse wheel. I select the remaining edges so that the edges are filleted. OK. And here, for the radius value, enter 5 millimeters, for example, and click OK. In this way, with just a few clicks, we have created this solid. As you can see, it was quite easy. And FreeCAD is a completely free program that anyone can use without restrictions.